Hey, it's Emerald Stars on the Vintage Story Aura Fury server. Let's have some fun. Because of my awesome spelunking yesterday, I now have what I need to create 10 bronze. And with the amount of copper and tin that I have, I can create 2,000 units of 10 bronze, which equals 20 ingots. And so just kind of what I like to do is to figure out how much I can smelt first and like work with the ratios. And so I do that by putting in the crucible without having any fuel in the fireplace, just to kind of figure out how much it's going to make and how much of each type of metal I need to put in there. So because of that, I know I need places for 20 ingots worth to go. And currently I only have 8 of these ingot molds, and I don't really want all of these tool molds to be made into 10 bronze. I want to pick, I know that, and I don't know, probably another hammer, but I don't really want all of these made out of 10 bronze, and so I'm going to need to go in and make a ton of these ingot molds. I know I could just do the 10 bronze in smaller batches, but I'd really rather just get it all done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on ahead and spend a ton of time working on getting some of these ingot molds made up. So I will see you guys when I've got that done. What I like to do when I make these, since I find it harder to just go in and make one tiny little straight line, I just use the 3x3 and then go in and chop them out. But if I do that, when I do these last two sections, so that one I can go right in the middle, but this one I need to go on the edge here and then the edge here, and then all I have to do is go in and copy the rest of the layers, and it's ready. And it's really simple and easy to do. So go in with my 3x3, and then I'll clean out this middle section with my 2x2, and then go back in with my 3x3 and fill these in and take those sections out. Fill these in, just because it's a lot faster, in my opinion, than going in and going all the way around the edges one by one. It's just something I've found that I prefer, method that I prefer, that is. Now that I have a bunch new ingot molds all made up, my tin is now smelting away, and soon I will have tons and tons of ingots. I ended up making 20 of these because I kind of just got in a rhythm and made a ton. So I guess it's a little overkill for the moment because I currently only have enough for 20 ingots, and at least 2 of those ingots worth are going to be going into a pick and a hammer. But I guess it's nice to be prepared and have these ready for larger batches. I do feel like this area here is going to get pretty cramped, and I saw somewhere, I don't know if it was on the official Vintage Story Discord, but there was some kind of storage solution for these that may be coming out in the next update. So I am looking forward to that, if that's a thing and it wasn't just a mod that I saw. So while that smelts up, I am going to take our little tables and chair here. Let's get you down here where we have access, and set up a little breakfast nook. I can put another chair there when I get it, but I don't have one just yet, so right now that's all she wrote. And I have these tapestries, and they all go together. Or maybe, no, they're not all the same, but they all go together. And I just need to find a 3-wide wall where they can all be at, because maybe once I get this section here, they can go up here. I'll have to think about that a little bit, but I'm excited to use all of our new stuff. And the bookshelves, I'll have to find somewhere that I want a reading nook. This I don't think will stay as my workshop permanently. I have a kind of a tower thing that's going right here in this build that these might end up going in there. And this floor will be more aesthetic and cooking kind of area. That does take its sweet time, doesn't it? And I also have this meteoric iron, and I want to get that smelted up before I get to the next update, because I remember something about you can only work meteoric iron with iron tools or with bronze tools, something like that. Regardless, I still want to get this done. So that means I'm going to need a bloomery and fire clay. I think I have fire clay somewhere on my map here. Well, I guess I do. Right there. Fire clay. Hey, we have a drifter coming towards us. And I really need to go and just deal with the boredom and start quarrying out some more chalk to get the rest of these walls built up, because this is the second drifter that I've had visit me in my home because it just went over the walls I've got going on right here that are clearly not keeping anyone out. Yeah, I went around, and when I first came in here, I went around and shut all the doors like that was going to do absolutely anything to keep anyone out. But, you know, force of habit, I suppose. Oops, wrong drawer. Nope, that one. One thing I didn't know when I first started the game is you can open multiple, like you can have 6 of these open at a time, which is neat. And things like when you have your fireplace open and you're putting in your fuel and whatever, I used to think that I have to exit out of this window to get my torch, but since you can still move your mouse around even though you can't like turn your head and stuff when you're in this view, and so you can still hover over this with your mouse, hit shift and right click, and it'll light your fireplace without having to exit out, get your torch, shift down, you know, all of that. It's just kind of one of those, there's a word for it, for like minimizing the number of steps you have to do. There's another fancier word for it, but I can't think of it at the moment. So I'm going to let this all melt down, and I will catch you guys when it is fully molten. There we go. A full crucible of molten tin bronze. There's a pick and a hammer, and I'll fill in these molds here. Actually, I do want a prospecting pick out of this tin bronze because my copper one is just about done. So I'm gonna let those harden. Can you like get your bucket and pour it on there? I don't know, I don't want it to like disturb. I don't have any torches on the ground like in the other game. Let's see. Nope. That was a bad life choice. Don't do that, guys. Okay. Crisis averted. Ugh, I always hit Q. I did that earlier and I threw my iron sword on the ground. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna let those harden and I'll be back. And just like that, I have entered the Bronze Age. Now I need to probably go out and get a little more copper to make my bronze anvil, which I completely and totally forgot about, since 9 of these would definitely make an anvil, but I don't really want to waste the coal to remelt everything, so I'm just going to go out and look for some more copper. I really need to do some quarrying to get some more chalk so I can actually work on my house a little bit. I've been putting that off once again since it's dull work, but it must be done, so I think that's what I'm going to do. Go out looking for copper and getting a chalk quarry going. Well, darn it. I came out here to get my chalk quarry, and I found a rooster and a hen, and stupid hen ran away from me and like kamikazed off of the cliff here, and so she's splattered and dead. But I did get the rooster blocked in, so I will be able to have at least a rooster, but he's not going to do me any good without this stupid hen. So I guess I will just have to find another one. While I was in my quarry here, I decided to poke a couple holes with my pro pick here, and I'm coming up with ultra high sphalerite, so zinc. That's a pretty neat thing. I will need that for the bismuth bronze and brass bronze. I don't actually know what you use brass bronze for. I think just these plates. But bismuth bronze is what the next tier, I think, of tools are going to be. So I am going to need to get some of that. So zinc, bismuth, and copper is what makes the bismuth bronze. So, and there's also a decent amount of cassiterite, and I'm pretty sure that's tin, yeah. And poor native copper, minuscule amounts of galena. So I don't think I'll go for trying to find either of those, but I'm definitely interested in trying to find the sphalerite and the cassiterite. So I am going to, since my first hole was here, I'm gonna dig down a little ways to the depth of the sphalerite. Actually, I need to figure out what percent depth that is first, and then I'm going to dig down to that and then just kind of try and locate it with my pro pick on node search. Well, I decided to use my pro pick on node search before I dug down, and I came up with this sphalerite in verified trace amounts. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, I broke this one, so I'm going to go in this direction and break another one. And no or node nearby, so let's go this way. Verified trace amounts. So I am going to head this way and see if I can get a larger amount of sphalerite. Still verified trace, so head in this direction a little more. Let's try and keep in a line here to keep things even. Verified small flint. Okay, so we lost out on the trace amounts of the sphalerite, so let's see. Verified trace. So if I have trace amounts of sphalerite in that direction and this direction, so 108, or hang on, 1237, and let's see, this is where it started, or this one. 1255, so we need to go to 1246. So at 1246, I am going to go this direction and see how my values change. Let's see, info log here, no or nodes nearby. Okay, so not that direction. Let's come this direction a little more. No or nearby. Okay, so I'm going to go this way a little more. Verified small, that's promising. Let's see if we can get any larger than small. Tunnel into the mountain here a little bit with some light. Okay, and then I'm going to use my pro pick again right here. Verified small, so we're still going in the right direction. And my shovel broke. Hang on, give me a moment. I'm going to make another one. And poke another hole here. Verified small. So we obviously can't go much farther without going down. So I am going to dig down a little. Oops, sand. Okay. Info log, verified trace. Okay, so if we go from here, and that's 3757. to, we're gonna say here, since we got trace amounts here. So 3757 and 3773. So 3765 is where we want to go. Since this node is obviously not up, we are going to go down. And there's our zinc right there. That is really, really hard to see in granite. That's a little ridiculous. Okay, so that is basically, I mean, that's a pretty poor tutorial on how to triangulate with the pro pick. Wow, this is so hard to see the zinc in this granite. And I mean, it's even medium quality too, so it's not like it's a poor quality small little sample. Actually, I don't know if that changes the appearance of it all at all, if it has more density or not. But see, those are granite. It's granite. Okay, there's some more zinc, but that's granite. Okay. Well, that was such a tiny amount. Sorry, I brought you guys along for that. 13 chunks of sphalerite. Okay, well, did I miss any of it? Verified medium amounts. Okay. Oh, it's so hard to see in this granite. There's some. I was kind of complaining about how hard it was to see zinc in granite, and the guys on the server told me to get a texture pack so that I could see it a whole lot better, and oh my goodness, it makes so much of a difference. That was right under my nose, and I literally did not even see it. So I am so glad that I took the time to get that put on, and I will link the one that I'm using down in the description. So I'm gonna poke around a little bit more and see if there's any others that I missed, and oh, like that one, and I'll be back. Well, my pro pick is saying that there is no ore nearby, so within 6 by 6 by 6 blocks of this pro pick, there is no more sphalerite to be found. So I'm gonna jump on out of here and resume the super fun job of quarrying some more of this chalk. I only have 12 chalk rocks, and I'm going to need a lot more than that to build my house. So I am going to spend some time on that, and since it's not super exciting, I will catch you guys later. I managed to finish the exterior wall for this level, and so now I don't have any creepies trying to kill me if my doors are, even if my doors are shut, because they can't crawl over the wall anymore. And then I put this second floor in, and these right here are half slabs, and I felt a little too cramped in here, and so I decided I would do like I did with the patio out there and and split them in half with my chisel, and I like this a lot better. It's definitely still a relatively low ceiling, but I feel like I have some wiggle room and some breathing room as compared to that. So I'm just gonna chisel away a little bit more at this and then get over to that side. This portion right here is going to be a tower, so it doesn't have a ceiling on it or a floor division in it at the moment. I will go back and put the divisions for that in later. So I'm going to get to this. So up on the patio here where it connects we have this little section of wall kind of just poking out here, and I definitely don't want that look. So I'm going to go in and kind of erase this top layer here and put in the wood so that it doesn't look like we have this awkward chalk pieces just poking through our, oops, that was not intended, through the floor. So I'm going to go on ahead and clean this little section up here. And now that I think of it, that might have been a little overkill, since the only place that's really going to be seen is that little section that was right in front of the door, because there will be walls up here. Granted, the walls are going to be kind of back here, and so this line would have been visible. So I guess I did good. Yeah, and I will wait on this stuff right here to see what's going to be covered by walls and whatnot before I deal with them. And a pretty little rail right here would be so nice. Have a little overlook into the floor down there. Kind of a rail matching the design that's going to go up on here. I really like that idea. So I am going to probably start making some more clay shingles, since this section right here needs a little TLC, and I need to figure out how I'm doing roof lines and whatnot to make it connect up with the rest of the build, since there's another story going on right here and over there, and then the tower. So I'm going to have to figure out what's going to go on right here with the roof, and so I am going to be making a ton of shingles. Winter has reached us once again here on the server, and my garden is empty, and the sheep are just really acclimating to their new life. Look at that. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 little lambs in there. That's so adorable. And the ram that I have in there, he is now a 2nd generation ram, and I got rid of my 1st generation ram just so that subsequent generations will have a head start in having a higher generation to start with. So they're all doing so well. I'm so proud of these little sheep here. All of these sheep from 2 sheep. Now I just need to get chickens and pigs so that I can have a proper farm going on here and have a decent supply of meat for the winter. And now I have at least somewhat of a level here, because I did finish this earlier. And I still have my shingles cooking up, and they're taking their sweet time. So I am just waiting on them to be able to progress and do anything further on building my house right now. So I will let those do their thing, and I'll be back. I was able to figure out what I was doing with the roof section here and how I wanted to continue on to the next level. And to do that, I need to get this block here. Okay, I need a chiseled block first, because right here I need 2 half slabs to occupy the same space, and they don't like that. So I am going to put in a chiseled stone and a chiseled slab, or chiseled shingle and a chiseled slab together, and then get my tool here with the shingle blocks and put those back in there, so that now I have 2 half slabs essentially occupying the same space. And I won't have to do anything like that on this side, because there is nothing that's trying to share its space. And so this chimney, I will eventually kind of narrow it up to the top here, and so I'm going to be working on that, and I will, I don't know, kind of do a time lapse here with you guys to show you what my process is and how I do everything. So for this bit here, I want these here, and let's see, these are going to be on top because I want a wall of these here. And here. There's going to be a lot of chiseling that goes into making these smaller. Hang on. I ended up having a lot more space on this wall than I thought I would, so I'm probably going to put another one of these little wooden pane window lattice things right here, just to give it a little bit of a difference. And so that means basically all of the chisel work I just did right now is moot because it's going to be chipped out anyway. So let's go on ahead and put down, let's see, 1, 2. That one already has wood in it, so I won't have to put a chiseled wood with it. So put those down and take these down and let's see, pick them up. So I want these to be the ones that present and these the ones to be inside. So 2, and then I can go in with my chisel and my wood here and go across like this. Make sure wood is selected on the next one because it likes to deselect as it goes along. And doing this will hide this little gap right here that I was otherwise going to have. And so I'm glad that that's going to be taken care of. Let's see, how wide is it? 2 and 2. And then here, is that right? Yep. Okay. Okay, and then put in the small lattices, figure out the placements. I would like them to be too wide. I did end up having, like on this side, this last one here is 3, but that is kind of the nature of the beast when working with things that work better on odd numbers than with even numbers. So go through and mark them all out. And miracle of miracles, this one works out evenly. So I'm going to put in all of these little lattice pieces here. Okay, and then I'll go through and chisel out the back part of this. Oops. Awesome. Well, that was not what I was trying to do. But I'm going to chisel out the back part of this and get myself some food, apparently. And then I'll be back. And put down this piece here to kind of mask that stuff going on over there. Okay, I'm gonna go get food and I'll be back. No, Rosie's gonna by you. And there we have a nice little lattice window viewing area right here. And here's what it looks like on the outside. Oh, I need to go here and place a little bit of these. And, oh, fell down. Oh well. But there is that little section of the house. I think it's turning out nicely. I hope next episode I'll be able to come in and replace these windows because the quartz glass is just not working with the style that I'm wanting for this build. So I'm going to go on ahead and say thanks guys for watching, and if you enjoyed the episode, be sure to like it, and if you want to see more of what I can do and create, go on ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I put out new videos. And thank you.